Hello and welcome to Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich and our guest today is Fr Victor Farrugia, who is a Catholic priest in Victoria who's retired now. Welcome to the program, Father.
Thank you.
Welcome back this week.
Thank you.
I'll start with Mary's message. We're going to be discussing Mary's message. So I'll start with Mary's message from the 25th, May the 25th in 2006. And it's all about peace and how to bring peace back into our hearts and in the world. Our Lady said to everyone on earth, "Dear children, also today I call you to put into practice and to live my messages that I am giving you. Decide for holiness, little children, and think of heaven. Only in this way will you have peace in your heart that no one will be able to destroy. Peace is a gift which God gives you in prayer. Little children, seek and work with all your strength for peace to win in your hearts and in the world. Thank you for having responded to my call."
Beautiful.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful, really beautiful.
So we'll start with the first sentence. Our Lady said, "Dear children, also today I call you to put into practice and to live my messages that I am giving you. Decide for holiness, little children, and think of heaven." That's what she's asking.
From the start, decide.
Yeah.
See, it's a decision.
Yeah.
Look, when you love somebody, or when somebody says, "I love you," you have to make a decision. What does that mean to me? Decision is something that engages me as a person. You see, I have to make a decision. You know, do I want this or do I not want this? So it's almost like she's saying, you're in full control. That's what you want to do, but please decide.
Wow, so
What
true,
does
isn't
it
it?
say?
Yeah, it says that. Decide for holiness.
Yeah,
decide for holiness, little children, and think of heaven.
See, what is holiness? You see, people think holiness is walking around like this all day and think. You know, holiness has to do with wholeness. And to be a whole person means that I'm at peace, I'm in touch with, and I'm prepared to promote whatever God created when He created me. And when He created me, it was out of love, you see. So, but it takes a decision, you see. And oftentimes, wholeness is this sense of, what do I aim for in my life that shapes me, reveals who I am, and encourages me to embrace what, you know, that wholeness is all about.
Who I really am and the depths
who
of
I really am. Who are you?
Yeah.
Who do you say that I am? How many times did you hear Jesus say He wanted to find out, have we really got to the heart of who He was? Who do you say that I am? You see, that was a question He used to ask. And today, people keep wondering, who are we? Is it the money I've got in the bank? Is it my looks? Is it my great mind to think? Or is there something much deeper? In fact, she says it's the heart.
Yeah.
She says that, doesn't she?
Because there's a lot of people are saying, who are we and what are we doing here and why are we even here and where are we going afterwards and where have they gone that have left us?
Right. You see? Now, it's interesting, if you watch one of those beautiful programs, who's that guy who does nature? The old guy.
Attenborough,
Edinburgh, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just, watching that for me, and the way he just melts as he watches this little insect, you know, making love to another insect or feeding, and the result of this, and you go, oh my goodness, you know, you think, I wonder if a chimpanzee has to say, now who am I, you know, you know, but we have to, because we have the Lord, love, gives us the freedom to say yes, to say no, or do nothing. You see, because love calls for that kind of decision. You see, and so even
thinking of heaven, because she says, decide for holiness, little children, and think of heaven. Doesn't mean you have to think, I'm going to die and then I'm going to go to heaven. Why can't we try and build heaven here on earth? Because she's saying, think of heaven. You can create heaven every moment if you see Jesus in each other, if we really decide to see Jesus in each other.
Well, heaven, you see, is a place where we presume we're going to be connected with God and with each other as love only can do. God is love. So obviously heaven is something to do with love. And love is something that evades us sometimes in life. You see people who've never known love, you know, and then you see others who are not, they blossom. So it's like what makes a car go is petrol and the engine. What makes you and me go is love. And then we say, the ground of definition, the G-O-D, the God is love. It seems childlike, and it says, unless you become like little children. Why? Because children do understand love.
And it's so important, because if we really take this on seriously, we can lift the veil of heaven on earth. As it says in the Our Father, on earth as it is in heaven. If every single person really starts to take love seriously and see Jesus in each other, we can literally bring heaven to earth.
Correct.
Because that's in the Our Father.
What do we say at Mass at the beginning of just before
we'll see everyone again that we love.
The sign of peace, you see. Lord, you said to your apostles, I leave you peace. My peace I give to you. Now, what does peace mean? It means somebody who's discovered who they are, they're at peace with themselves, with the world, and the people they meet. Do not look on my sin, stuck in narcissism, S-I-N, me, myself, and I. Do not look on my sins in those moments when I've forgotten who I really am and just pretended I'm the only one in the world without no need for any connections, but on the faith of the whole church. The faith of the whole. What's faith?
Can we get on to that one when we get back from the break? What is faith?
Yes.
That's a good one to leave with.
Okay.
Leave the viewers wondering.
That's good.
You're watching Spirit of Life. Stay with us. We'll be back with more very shortly. What about faith? What is faith? We'll let you think about that until we return. Hello and welcome back to Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich and we're here with Fr Victor Farrugia. Welcome back to the program, Father.
Thank you.
And we left our viewers with the word, what is faith? And that were your last words before the break. So would you like to continue?
Well, what is faith? You know, we often say, don't lose faith. Because if we lose faith, what do we lose? We lose this inner connection with who we are. The word believe comes from to be in love. Lief in German means love.
Gee, that's beautiful.
Effectively, it is to believe is to be in love with what? To be in love with who God is. And once I even have a little glimpse of that connection, it's like a mirror. I also see who I am. You see? It's a bit like, I suppose, anything else, that whatever defines us is very close to the purpose of our whole life. So if love is what defines me, as opposed to this table, what defines it is wood. As opposed to this jar, pottery, it's clay. But what defines us is love. We are shaped. We are invited into the world. We are created by the G-O-D, the ground of definition, is love. We say it, don't we? If God himself is defined by love and he created us, well, we are defined by it, and it's true. Look at the pain, the people, it always goes back to how are they in relation to love itself. It's the heart of it.
Yeah, all right. And the next part of the sentence is only in this. So I'll read the first part that we just did. Decide for holiness, little children, and think of heaven.
That's it.
Only in this way will you have peace in your heart that no one will be able to destroy.
That's right. You see, we often, why do we connect love with the heart? Because the heart pumps the blood. And the heart and the blood needs oxygen. And so it's like, you know, the first thing that I do as a human being is to breathe in, you see. I remember my father said I nearly got hung with my umbilical cord. He had to quickly undo it, you know. But it's in some ways so simple and in some ways complicated because our mind tries to complicate life, you know, to the point where it could invite me to invest in things that do not bring about love and love.
You have to be careful, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so what she says again in that...
Yeah, only in this way will you have peace in your heart that no one will be able to destroy. If we decide for holiness and think of heaven, that's the only way we'll have peace in our hearts that no one will be able to destroy. And then she says, peace is a gift which God gives you in prayer. That's the next instruction.
God gives you in prayer. Now that's interesting because you see, you've got the Jesuits, okay, and St. Ignatius borrowed something from a couple of centuries before, and he came up with this idea of meditation. He says, you take scripture, lectio, you read it, then meditatio, you meditate on it, and then you make a little jump and oratio, you begin to pray. But then there's this huge jump to contemplatio, and contemplatio is interesting. Contemplation, right? There's a bit huge. Why is it huge? To find out what contemplation is, you have to go to somebody like John of the Cross, who again was quoting another mystic who lived a century before him. And John of the Cross said, in the middle of the night, when it was dark, very dark, I went looking for the one who had wounded me in my heart, guided only by the love inside, by the light inside my heart. In other words, when do we go into the darkness, into the mystery of what life, who am I? Why am I here? Where am I going? What happens after death? These are big questions, you see, that demand an answer. But the answer cannot be reduced to a definition. It's got to be a lived experience, you see. Experience. It's like you give me a piece of fruit. We can talk about what the fruit tastes like and we can describe it even chemically, but it's not till I go and taste the fruit and savor it that, oh, I know this is an orange, this is an apple. And life is the same.
And when you said, was it St. John of the Cross? He went to see who gave him the cross. Is that what you're saying? Who made him suffer?
No, he went into the middle. He went look in the middle of the night when it was very dark. In other words, I couldn't be guided by what light can give me. I had to be guided by something else. He said, I went looking for the one who loved me.
Who loved me? Oh, okay. I thought he said something about suffering. Did he go through something about suffering? What was the part about suffering?
Well, you see,
or who gave him the cross or something?
Yes. Well, it's a bit like this. The key to it is that guided only by the light inside my heart. So what is this light inside the heart? It is love itself. You see? So I'm guided.
That's so beautiful. Yeah.
I'm guided through the darkness, through the mystery. We say the hidden things of life. What is life about? Who am I? Who is God? All of these things can be expressed in the head.
Yeah.
You have an understanding of it. You can become an academic. It doesn't mean you've tasted love. I could know everything about what makes up an orange, but if I don't taste it, I will never know what the orange is like.
Yeah.
And so it is like that too.
And to go, it's all about going within, in the quietness of your heart, where the love is.
Correct.
To listen carefully for the answers, where God is, to give you the answers.
It's almost like being in the dark and you can feel the breeze and you say, oh, I know where the breeze is coming from, even though it's in the dark, you see. And so we are called, we say Christ is the light, you know, in a sense. Why? Because he leads us through the darkness of death itself, through the darkness of sin, through the darkness of selfishness. All of these things promise much but deliver nothing.
Exactly. All right, we have to go to a break now.
Oh, all right. Good.
You're watching Spirit of Life. I hope you're enjoying the program. We'll be back with more very shortly. Hello and welcome back to Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich. If you've just joined us, we're with Fr Victor Farrugia and we're discussing Mary Queen of Peace's message from May the 25th, 2006. Welcome back to the program, Father.
Thank you.
So we'll go with the last sentence in this message, and that is, Our Lady said, little children, seek and work with all your strength for peace. So seek and work with all your strength for peace to win in your hearts and in the world. Thank you for having responded to my call. So seek and work with all your strength. So that's how powerful it is important for us to have peace. And the only way we have it is we've got to go within. It's not outside of us.
Well, you can see what's going on in the world at the moment. People are looking for peace.
Yeah.
Because without peace, we cannot relate to each other. So it's a very powerful prayer, she said, you know. Relate to
I'll read it again. Yeah, little children, seek and work with all your strength for peace to win in your hearts and in the world. So she's basically saying that's the only important thing right now, is work with all your strength for peace to be in your hearts and in the world.
Well, and exactly. And you see, I mean, it's like a car without petrol. It's not going to go anywhere. So it's only when we find that peace. And what does that peace mean? It means you know a little bit more about who you are. And from that, you understand what love is, maybe. And maybe from that, you're getting an understanding of who God is. So one leads to the other, you see. And so I get fascinated. Some time back, we talked about the man who discovered a treasure in a field. And it was a treasure. Now, the temptation is to grab the treasure and run away with it. Nobody would see you. But no, he spent everything to buy the field in order to have the treasure. And that's what working for peace is all about, really. You know, it's people like the great peacemakers, the great speakers. You know, Thomas Merton himself, you know, was caught up with working for peace. You know, he said, I'm a contemplative, but I need still to be in the world. And what I gather in contemplation here, I'm called to generate something, a peace in the world. He was one of the peacemakers movements and people like that. So we need really that message today. Wherever we look today, people think they've got peace by having more stuff. You can fill up your house with all sorts of things, but if it's not filling up your heart, you know, you never have enough.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to stop and take a deep breath.
That's it. That's it.
That's what you got to do, and then you just got to pray, and then just sit in that silence and just wait for God to guide you, without trying to influence God or trying to control it. Just to really sit in that quiet and peace.
Great. I mean, we can be so peaceful watching a beautiful sunset. You see, my first experience when I was a young boy in Malta, you know, I remember jumping, putting the mask on, jumping into underwater, and I can still, to this day, years later, remember what I saw was fish and all those. It was like a different world. You see. there was a sense of deep peace, you see. Now, I know the sea can be very high, you know, but in that moment, I experienced a deep peace. And I remember, you know, whenever we meet, love is the same, isn't it? If we experience love, if we grieve love, love brings about union of hearts, you see. And without that, it's like a car without petrol.
Yeah, and it never dies. Love never dies.
Well, correct.
So the love you've built with the people on earth, and if they die, the love never dies.
Well, I mean, I talk with people so many times. You know, somebody, a husband loses a wife or a husband. Years later, they still feel and they still can bring tears, you see.
Definitely.
So it's a beautiful thing that she says, you know, just in that, you see.
And then there's another message Our Lady was saying, this is earlier.
Yes.
I'll just read this one. This was with Mirella. It's part of a message at the end. It says, after that, Mirella says, after that, Our Lady told me about some things that are supposed to happen. And she said, there is no way without my son. Do not think that you will have peace and joy if you do not have him in the first place.
Car, beautiful new sports car, without petrol or without electricity, you're not going anywhere. You see? Now, why is that different with us? Our petrol, our energy, comes from love. Look what I've seen parents do because they love their children. And look what happens when they're not capable of loving children. The children just crumble inside. And they try to make up building a life outside, but inside they're walking like the living dead, you see. And I often get sad, and sometimes you see some of these great film stars when I was growing up, you know, and you see, well, what's happened to them now, you know? So beautiful, again, you see the simplicity of saying what you just said now.
There is no way without my son. Do not think that you will have peace and joy if you do not have him in the first place. So I guess we have to ask Jesus to really be with us and stay with us and just focus our lives all around Jesus, like in our neighbour, in ourselves, and just live like so solidly like that till the veil of heaven lifts and heaven is on earth.
Yes, absolutely. And to really understand that, then to not just understand it, but give yourself to it. And like St. John of the Cross, in the middle of the night,
enter into it.
In the middle of the night. So this is something deep within us, but we have to look at it with the eyes of faith, you see. In the middle of that, I went looking not with these eyes, but with where my heart was guiding me. So it's not just what I see, but what my heart can perceive. You know, when people fall in love, they might have met a number of men and women, but somebody stood out, and somehow or other something opened up at heart level, and it responded to, and Mamma Mia, here comes the bride.
Oh, that's beautiful. We've come to an end for the program though, Father. We'll have to get you back on another time.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming on the program, Father. It's been wonderful.
Thank you.
Really wonderful.
Thank you.
You've been watching Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich, and our guest was Fr Victor Farrugia. And may God be with you and bless you. And remember to try, we all have to do this together, try and see Jesus in ourselves and in one another so heaven can come to earth and we can all have peace. Bye for now.